Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of XPlicit Materia, the podcast where a nerdy drummer talks to his friends, old and new. And today I have Fernando Ufret.
Ufret.
How do you say? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm the whitest. I'm the whitest guy that you probably ever know.
I don't even know how it's pronounced correctly because I'm from Puerto Rico. My last name is Dutch, and we just pronounce it in Spanish, Ufret.
Ufret.
So,
there you go.
So yeah.
There you go. Fernando, also known, many know you for the Cartman Sings guy.
Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, as a musician, a fellow musician, are you okay with being penned a guy of some sort?
Well,
you're that guy, you know.
That's how people are going to see you. Unfortunately and fortunately, because I mean, it's double-edged. You're like, oh, it's that Cartman guy. But that person had never seen me perform. And even if it was through something silly or, just downright, internet doing stupid things on the internet, like, like everybody does, at some point, they go into your world and they get to know you one way or another. And eventually they'll get exposed to your other stuff. Yeah. Which is what happened to me, man. I've been a musician my entire life. And the Cartman thing was usually a cameo during one song when we played live with a band, because I don't play with the band anymore. I've been playing on my own for years. And back in the day when I used to play in cover bands all the time, we would play Enter Sandman. And in the prayer part, I would change the kid's voice for Cartman.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so Beto, awesome. my buddy Beto would know, lay me down to sleep, man. Yeah, lay me down to sleep. And do that every time we did Enter Sandman. And that was it. And with the whole, streaming during the pandemic, because I did start streaming a little bit before the pandemic, just Same because here. I was building my YouTube presence and trying to get those 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And it was a grind, it was like, yeah, let's stream and get people here live and whatnot. And that was late 2019. And that's where I started, troubleshooting with live streaming and everything, because everything is troubleshooting when you're live streaming everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time.
Tell me about it. So I don't know. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I don't think we ever do. Right. I don't think we ever do. And when we think we know we have some kind of knowledge in it, then everything changes.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
You gotta really relearn everything.
I have quickly learned that my computer is a potato now, and I have to upgrade my potato computer. I mean, it's 2012, but like time flies, man. Like when I first got this computer in like 2016 or whatever, I was like, damn, this computer's flying. I love it. Yeah. And now, fast forward to today where it's like, you can't have two cameras simultaneously without something screwing up. You can't stream without something screwing up. And you're just like, oh God, it's my computer. I need 16 gigabytes RAM, which I don't have. But anyway,
dude,
and the reason
same thing happened to me, man. Same thing happened to me a few months ago. And I have two 2016 MacBook Pros that I was dividing the workload with, but between recording, editing, streaming, recording, editing, streaming, recording, editing, streaming since 2019 with two computers that were just, personal use before that.
Yeah.
Like 3 months ago, my streaming computer is like, I'm sorry, but this just don't have a lot more of that processing power for you.
I don't got it anymore, man.
I'm running out
anymore.
I'm running out, and it's I can't do it. And I'm like, okay, so I guess $30,000,
Yeah, I'm saving up for a computer too, and it's I'm trying to save as much money as I possibly can. But when you're older and you have a job and a house and a wife and dogs and adult responsibilities, it's hard to save money when you got bills to pay. And unexpected things like, I don't know, the plumbing breaking and having to replace the sink, and you're like, gosh dang it, can I have my fun money, please?
Yeah, every time you want to get ahead, something just like, oh, okay, okay, yeah. I guess this is happening.
Basically, the point of the podcast today is adulting sucks, everyone, and don't adult ever. Try to not be an adult.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
But anyway, like I wanted to bring that. I wanted to ask that question because as artists, we want to be known for the thing that we want to be known for. Several things, like we're also we also write, or we also play this kind of music, or because I did not know this until until we got to corresponding a little bit further, that you have a wonderful singing voice. That's not
you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Like, I watched your stuff and I was like, oh my, wow, that's really great. Oh my gosh. So follow on YouTube if you're not, and to find the stuff that's not Cartman. But I do want to ask, like, the journey to getting into the success that you've gotten so far. Like, did you start did you start guitar as a kid? Did you
I started playing when I was 9.
Okay. And did you like join bands? Are you in a band? Like,
well, no,
you just said that.
So I found a guitar at my grandma's house, and I asked to borrow it because it was my dad's. My dad didn't know how to play. He claimed he did, but he did not.
Very dad thing to say.
Yeah, and he did play clarinet in school and stuff, and he did know like 1 or 2 chords, but it's not something that he used. Mm-hmm. He didn't make music purposely or anything. So he's like, "Yeah, you can borrow it," and I haven't given it back. So I just wanted to hear myself play my favorite songs at the moment. So I wanted to play "Mother" by Danzig. I wanted to play "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I wanted to play "Enter Sandman."
Good songs.
And, songs. A couple of things that were just going on in my childhood. It was 1991 and this was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was 9 years old and I never went back. I mean, I've been playing. I did start with a classical guitar because, being born and raised in Puerto Rico, we do have Spanish heritage. And mostly instead of acoustic guitars, we have classical guitars in our homes.
Very nice. And so, you like, did you ever, so you pursued music at that point? Because you probably found out, or pretty early on, you're like, oh, I got a talent for this. And so,
well, it wasn't encouraged at first, and I'm talking about at first, I'm talking about for like a decade. It was
the struggles of it being a musician.
Yeah,
saying, hey, I'm going to do this artistic journey.
Yeah, right. And like, no, you got to do something useful for society. Become a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or whatever. And I'm like, but this is so much fun. The thing is that to be fair, I had expressed to my parents that I wanted to be an astronaut before this. And I did go to space camp, and I did.
Oh, you actually went? You actually went to space camp?
I'm like, yeah, you know what? I want to be an astronaut,
dude.
I want to be an astronaut, and this is what I want to do. I want to be a scientist. Science is awesome. And as soon as math introduced letters into the equations, I'm like, you know what? I don't like this.
Yeah, this. Okay, first of all, the whole letters thing. What are y'all doing?
No, man.
I had a handle on it. And then what is this?
Algebra, man. Algebra.
Is that an undercase A?
Yeah. So I took all the advanced classes. I took algebra, which is not an advanced class, but I did take statistics. I did take a couple of things in high school, and I wanted to be a musician.
Yeah.
I neglected my studies to play. I started playing in bands when I was 14. I did graduate, I took the advanced classes in high school. I even took summer school in 11th grade so I could. Okay. So the thing is, you could advance a couple of credits over the summer. So I advanced chemistry and Spanish 12. And I didn't have to take those classes. So those are 2 free periods. Plus I was a peer counselor the last year. So I had 3 free periods my last year.
Ooh.
Yeah. So all that time was spent playing guitar. I wasn't, it's just, I was playing the whole time. I was, staying up late, going out weekends, ages 14 through 17, I was in high school. I did, that's not the kind of thing, normal kids do. But, being stubborn as you are as a young musician, you do it anyway. And I just played endlessly, man. 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Made noise. You can't make noise here. Go somewhere else. So, okay, I'll go to my friend's house and make some noise. I'll go down the street in the corner and get together with my friends and then make some noise, any excuse to be playing music. And then I went to college and I wanted to study, metal, and I wanted to have my own dream theater and be John Petrucci. But the curriculum in the school that I could go to in Puerto Rico, which was the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico, that did have a music curriculum, they taught classical music. It was a classical music program to make teachers and professors and stuff, It was mostly an educational program. And I didn't like it. I was like, you know what? No. So the first 3 years I studied English literature and almost got a degree in that. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I went back. I took the orientation, and at orientation, I saw guitar players do things that I'd never imagined I could do with a guitar. So I embraced it. I studied classical music, got my degree in classical music, and then started playing acoustic shows, not classical shows, just solo acoustic shows.
Nice.
I mean, to complement my band shows at first, but it's this whole big story. We could be here for hours talking about the transition from bands to acoustic. Long story short, my other friends had other priorities and had other careers. The mix of that and the emerging acoustic boom in Puerto Rico at the time, because many business owners didn't believe that you could entertain, a room full of people on your own. You had to have a band and have drummer, and I was like, dude, I can't put a band together for Sunday. You can have me play here on my own. I could do a whole acoustic thing. And they're like, that'll never work. Then MTV Unplugged came out and they're like, oh, I like that idea. Let's do the Sunday thing. And I'm like, okay.
And all of a sudden, acoustic music was cool again.
Yeah, and we caught on a little late in Puerto Rico. This is toward the year 2000, 2001. So I had support from one of my friends, Humbert Cruz, who also did acoustic shows between his band shows and stuff. And we started doing a duet thing. Then me and the singer from my band, Beto, we did that duet thing as well. And then because either Humbert had too much shows with his band or Beto had too much, regular job stuff or college stuff, I kept playing on my own. And I eventually gravitated out of bands and started playing acoustic exclusive because first of all, it made me more money. And
you're the sole proprietor.
Yeah. I'm like, this is the whole show. It's gonna cost you like a trio, but stick with me. And then I didn't have to depend on two or three more people to fill my schedule.
Yeah.
I could play.
That's so very true.
I could play 7 times a week, 8 times a week, because I could do a wedding in the morning and then do an evening show. I ended up playing up to 300 shows a year for more than 15, 17 years. And that was my bread and butter, man. Playing, being a touring musician.
Wow. So you've basically, most of your, musical journey has been you just playing by yourself and just going out and doing it that way. That's impressive. Yeah. That is really impressive because I
appreciate it, man. Thank you. It's a big commitment, but
it is. And it's, because not only that, but to have the confidence in yourself and the bravery to do it all by yourself, because as musicians, as creative people, we're all requiring to an extent. This is my Dr. Phil philosophy. This is my bro philosophy on musicians and artistic people. But I truly believe that we're all vying for some sort of validation, either be from the validation of the audience, being like entertainers, or validations from our peers, people who we respect, like other creators. We're trying to get that dopamine hit. We're creating something, and creating something and just playing in your room, and that small dopamine hit of attempting something very difficult and practicing and finally getting it. That's one thing, but another thing is making something, creating something, playing it, and getting the validation from
the energy exchange is everything.
Yeah.
When you're in front of people and you're giving them something and they're giving you back, that keeps you doing it over and over and over and over.
And being in a band offers you the advantage of your bandmates constantly like, dude, that thing was sick. What you just did, this is freaking awesome. And you have that support system around you. But when you're doing it yourself, it's like that. Easy, I'm finding, just because I haven't played in a band since the pandemic, and I've been focusing really on myself, and it's becoming like, I've noticed how hard it is to battle your own thoughts.
Definitely.
Self-doubt, and
the mental health checks are much more often than before.
And then add in social media, and that whole mental rigmarole. Good word. I never say that. Rigmarole. I never use that word. I'm proud of myself for
That's a good one, though.
Thank you. I also will bring in shenanigans.
Yeah.
But anyway, dealing with just the social media aspect of it all, by yourself, so much kudos to you, sir, for
thank you, brother. Thank you so much
for doing it. And
no, dude, but I've seen you working, and you work on a daily, man. I've seen you out there doing your thing, and dude, it's awesome. I love video game music. Like, you have no idea. And it's because
my next question was like,
I don't play it very often because people don't know me for that, or maybe I don't have enough video game music to play around. But it's a big part of me growing up.
Well, and also video game music doesn't have like lyrical content, but like you could probably do, I don't know, you could probably play like Spark Mandrel's theme on Mega Man on the guitar.
So let me see. I know a couple no Mario themes, of course. I could do like a Mario medley. I can play a Tetris theme. I can play the Zelda theme. I can play a couple songs from the Chrono Trigger catalog, which is my favorite video game in all time.
Acoustic version of anything Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger was like my first like role playing game that I ever played. Because before that,
one for you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play one for you.
Do it. I love it. This is exciting, everybody. This is exciting.
Because this and I'm gonna apologize to everyone if I screw up first. All right, let me turn this guy on, and I just changed my I changed everything so we could get all the really cool things from the DAW. There we go. So it's you know what? Let me get this camera. So this is Peaceful Days, 1000 AD.
Love it.
Oh, sorry.
Hey now.
Wrong patch. There we go. There we go. I'll put a little reverb on that. Oh, let me check this out. There we go.
Now the pressure's on.
No. So, I gotta. Oh, that's much better. That's much better.
You're gonna make me want to do it.
Oh yeah. I haven't warmed up or anything today. That's how
I totally get it, dude. I totally get it.
All right, let's do this.
Incredible.
Thank you, man.
So
Thank you.
awesome. You played it perfectly by heart. You had like no practice or
Dude,
anything.
I screwed up a little bit in the second part, but mostly.
No one noticed. No one noticed.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Don't let them.
I love
don't
that
let
song.
them see you sweat. That's what
I love that. I love that, man. I love that.
Man, that was awesome.
Thanks.
You're the first person I've had on the podcast to actually play a musical number.
Really?
That was really cool. I did not expect that to come out.
Dude, really. To be honest, this is how I speak. You know, I am in front of an audience the whole time and then doing the whole thing. But the guitar is the best way I speak.
Yeah,
I sing because I have to. Because I had a singer most of the time. I was in bands. And I just did backup. You know, like the singing thing, like people, people would ask me early on in my musician days, like, "Oh, why don't you become a singer? You have a good voice." I'm like, because my parents sing. My parents sing, and my mom, and, my mom and dad not so much, but mom would really encourage me to like sing more. And there's a different there's a level of front man confidence that you need. Okay. And I don't I'm still so incredibly uncomfortable live streaming, and the live stream is me, I speaking to a microphone. It's a wonder I even have a podcast. Like I can't stand the things that I say sometimes. I'm like, why did you say that? Why are you stuttering? You're stuttering. What is, I'm so very... Oh yeah, you'll always be your worst critic,
Yeah.
And like, why am I saying so much? I'm like,
or I catch myself saying like all the time. Yeah. And I almost said it. I'm not gonna I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking right now.
Man, it happens. It happens, and it'll happen until the last video you decide to record. Because I've been recording videos since 2014. That's when I started YouTube, and I still hate how I sound. And I'm like, I'm stupid, and to be honest, the entire confidence comes from this, because this is something I can control.
Yeah. That's the instrument that you're confident in. And yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so I do eventually have to ask you how it came to be. So you touched on it a little bit, the whole Cartman thing. Mm-hmm. Like I'm wondering. I'm I'm going to assume something.
Okay.
Of you real quick.
Okay.
Throughout high school or a little bit before, whatever, you're on the playground, however, as kids/teenagers, when that show came out, South Park, everyone had a friend who could do the Cartman voice exactly like Cartman. We all tried. Every one of us tried, but we always had a friend that was like, dude, do the Cartman. Dude, say it like Cartman, Dude, say it like Cartman. Were you that guy?
I was for a couple of friends. Just for that inner circle of friends who played D&D together, and of course my bandmates, because they knew I was going to do Cartman during Enter Sandman.
Of course.
So yeah, I was Cartman for them. Yeah, and everything happened when my good friend Alain, who he's a composer in LA right now, he showed me the Bigger, Longer, and Uncut movie for the first time, and he does a whole bunch of voices too. He is awesome doing voices. And the V-chip scene came on. It was like, say doggy, say pillow, and I repeated them, and I'm like, I can do this, and that was it. That was it, man. That was it. It was that scene. That scene was it.
So the whole Cartman thing, did it like blow up on Instagram or TikTok? And like, what was the video that like, I can't, because I tried to.
So it was weird. It was weird. So somebody from YouTube that got on my Twitch stream, this was when I started Twitch back in 2021. I didn't get into Twitch until really, really late. Mm-hmm. And somebody from YouTube, from my YouTube audience, I actually, man, I have a whole other story about this from yesterday, because I was telling kind of this story part of this story yesterday, and then somebody in my chat, every time somebody came in, are you guys from YouTube or are you guys from Europe? I'm like, what? Anyway, somebody from YouTube came to my Twitch stream and they asked if I could do the Cartman thing with Enter Sandman. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can do that. So that part came in and I'm like, now I lay me down to sleep. Now I lay me down to sleep. And did the whole thing. And of course, got a good reaction. Everybody was like, oh, you should do more Cartman. I'm like, well, I've never done more Cartman. What do you guys want me to do? And then Material Girl was requested.
Oh, my God. Material Girl. Wow.
And that was the first song that I did other than Enter Sandman as Cartman. And of course, out of his repertoire, because I knew all about, Come Sail Away, and I've done that for my friends before, the whole thing. Those we've always tripped with that and did all kinds of stuff. And since Trey Parker and Matt Stone used to collaborate with Real Big Fish, we were really big fans of Real Big Fish. Whatever, anything to just have a good time and make people laugh. Yeah. And anyway, that day on Twitch, I created a redeemable, and you could redeem points to do a Cartman song. Now, a friend of mine, good friend of mine, her name is Paloma. I knew her from another platform that I used to stream on, and she worked for a long time. She told me, maybe you should do one or two of these on TikTok. And I'm like, I don't want to get sucked into TikTok because TikTok's all dances and trends and stuff. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And she's like, no. It's not about that. It's not about that. You'll see. Just give it a chance. Maybe post one or post two. And of course, I was like, okay, I'll open an account. I'll post the two that I've done for you guys, which was at that point, Material Girl and Time of Your Life by Green Day. And Material Girl got like 150,000 views in like the first hour or two. And the other one went like 1.3 million. Oh, and they were posted like simultaneously. And I got 100,000 followers in a week.
Damn.
And bro, I was so pissed. I was pissed. I was pissed. It took me almost 5 years to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And all of a sudden, I did the one thing that I just did for my friends.
I know. Dude, that's how it goes. It's how it goes. The stuff that you work your hardest in doesn't
definitely
do anything.
Definitely.
The thing that you just post because it's whatever, you took 10 seconds.
Every single time. Every single fucking time. Every single time. And it never fails.
And it never fails that we go back into the well and we try hard again. And we always forget.
Oh, yeah. No, man. We even get better computers and better cameras and everything. It's like, maybe this time. This
is the one. I spent 7 days on this 50-second video.
I recorded a duet cover of an acoustic version of Other Side by the Chili Peppers in 2015. And it's still the one that gets more subscribers and more views on YouTube. Out of the 700 freaking videos that I have on freaking YouTube, which freaking laser on top of their freaking heads, and nothing, man, nothing comes close to that. Nothing. And TikTok, come back to TikTok. So I'm like, okay, so let's try a couple more. So I did In the End by Linkin Park. Yeah. And Mike Shinoda got in the chat.
Oh my God.
Dude, and he's like, Mike Shinoda got in the chat. And he's like, I've been tagged in this like a million times. Looks like you're gonna have to make looks like you have to get more. Looks like you're gonna have to make more of these. And I'm like,
oh man,
holy crap.
When Mike Shinoda tells you, like, oh well, I guess I have to do it.
So, dude, that same week, I got like a couple of dozen internet write-ups. I trended on Twitter number 3
Oh, wow.
Above Kanye West that week, which was ridiculous because I'm not even on Twitter. I'm not even on Twitter, man. Mike Shinoda shared it, and the people from Lincoln Park shared it on Twitter, and it blew up, man. And then all of a sudden, more people started coming in, and more people. I'm like, it got really overwhelming really quick.
I bet.
I had to take a step back, and I'm like, I'm posting twice a day. This is ridiculous, and I'm making videos with and this is pre-Beanie era and everything. Mm-hmm. This is just me, like you see me right here. I'm like, okay, what song do you guys want to hear? So I just got in your arms and it must have been something you see. You know, whatever they wanted to hear, you know, and I'll go, okay. And then a friend of mine made a beanie for me. This is before I moved to Boston. Thank you, Julianne. Thank you so much for the beanie. She's awesome. Aww. And so, man, after that, then people started pouring into my Instagram. Was my last personal profile that I had. And I turned it into a professional profile just in case, you know, you get people who want to, you know, collab or whatnot. You want to have all your information or whatever. And I did collab with a couple of people, but just, you know, casually. And everything we collabed on, we took it to YouTube. And I had maybe 3,000 followers on my Instagram because of other socials and personal connections and whatnot. And all of a sudden, 20,000 people poured in. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. And I reposted like 3 of the videos, and then 30,000 more people showed up, and 10,000 more people showed up. And that's been during the last year. Instagram has been crazy. And as of today, I think it's 178,000.
Yeah. It's around there.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So, wow. So, okay. So with all this, you know, this attention that you've gotten, sort of as this sort of character musician kind of thing, like, are you taking it? Do you have plans to take it to, you know, are you currently like touring around? Like, are you able to like get a management group going and saying, hey, this is Fernando Ufret, he's playing in your city near you or whatever?
I am still doing all of my bookings, all of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't taken a manager. I am talking to a couple of people to see if I could maybe take this to places where I can't reach yet. So I have unsuccessfully planned 2 UK tours. One was shut down because of COVID. The other one just, the numbers didn't add up. Mm-hmm. But I have...
Do you play locally? And I'm sure like...
Oh, yeah. No, after COVID, I went back. Well, I'm say after COVID, like it's over. You know, after everything was back to normal, I came back to, you know, doing in-person shows, doing private shows and stuff like that, because the private sector is also a big market for me. So I've been able to juggle between the two right now, because before that, I couldn't do much online work, you know, outside of what I did, because I was playing 300 shows a year. Wow. And I was, you know, on the road, in the car, all the time. You know, I was just traveling everywhere. Just commuting in the Midwest was anywhere from 3 to 7 hours. It was, you know, I would go to Minnesota.
Do you ever head out to Nashville at all?
Well, actually, my best friend lives in Nashville.
Is that right?
Her husband is a drummer. Yeah, her drummer is a husband. Her husband is a drummer.
Same difference.
and they live in Nashville because he started playing the circuit there, and I've been there a couple of times already. I mean, I've been there like 4 or 5 times.
Well, next time you're in Nashville, hit me up, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's hang.
Yeah, of course. That'd be awesome. So it's a pretty cool city for music too. You know? Yeah,
I mean, that's why I moved there, and you know, had a little bit of success here and there. Yeah. Mostly failures, but you know,
dude, we have more of those because we try.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because we try, and we have to. But yeah, man, I just came back from New York. I played in upstate New York the entire weekend, then came back. This Saturday, I play the Pumpkin Festival up in Keene, New Hampshire. And the week after that is, I got family coming over. But then I play in, let me see. I got a couple of shows that people can go to. Let me see. November 2nd, I'll be in Braintree in Massachusetts. November 8th, I'll be in Sumiao in Cambridge. I do keep a couple of, there's not, everything that I've done with my musical career, I've done the traditional way. You know, you build a relationship, you go and make contact, you leave some material, you make a relationship with your clients, and then, you know, just keeps going in perpetuity. In Massachusetts, especially in Boston, as a musician, that is very hard to do because of a lot of things that happen here. Musicians unions, booking agents, Berkeley students, a whole bunch of stuff factors in. Wow. So I keep the local shows that I can manage on my own if I don't have to go through a third party, because I don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm not here to take anybody's gig or anything like that. That's noble. And it's unnecessary drama. And I tried getting into places like this that then directed me to another person. I'm like, thank you so much. Doors open if you ever want to book me, but I don't want to be a name on somebody's, 500th list. It's just, I've done this my entire life with cold calling. I think I can keep doing it. So, so I go to New York, I go to New Hampshire, I go anywhere, and I play in Cambridge a couple of times, and then I play with Chef Melissa, who does. It's a whole company that she has developed here, and she's it's called Suddenly Simple. She's an incredible chef who does very amazing dishes with simple ingredients. And I've done many events with her. She is amazing. If you guys make it out to Massachusetts, and she's a private chef, you have to book her for an event, but she is incredible. So she books me for private events here. And those are kind of like my local shows. And which I met her through her fiance, who was one of my Twitch community members. Well, still is. Okay. Yeah. Nice. And when I moved here, the live shows that I've had so far have been because of those, initial contacts over Twitch and over social media, because I didn't know anybody here before that, and I don't know if you know the Endy brothers. They're from upstate New York. They're partners on Twitch as well. So Tom Endy, who is the booking Endy brother, is like, "Are you really moving to New England?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Dude, would you like to play some shows in upstate New York?" And I'm like, "Yes, absolutely. That would be great." And I've been playing there since, man. And it's been... Back in the day, man, I saw so many musicians kind of just treat each other, so crappily and just, guys, if you're a musician out there, collaboration is the key to success in anything. All right. And especially in music. Everybody wins. There are gigs for everybody out there. Yeah. There's nobody trying to take away your gigs. There's nobody trying to break up your band. Everybody's trying to worry about their own thing, to worry about yours.
The unfortunate reality of that is you see it in any sort of art form, really. People view other people's success as a... I'm generalizing here.
No, it's a threat. They
see it as a threat. They're like,
they see it as a threat.
Gosh, dang it! Or jealousy is a thing. And you know what? Hey, you know what? We're all human. We all get jealous. We all get envious. Whenever I see the freaking drummer, and you know who I'm talking about, the guy who can play things with freaking
Yeah.
I can't even remember his name.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly.
It's incredible.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life, and he's the best drummer I've ever seen. But I gotta look away. Away because it reminds me of how suck I am. And
I know, and then he tells you, he's like, "What are you doing? Why aren't you practicing?" And
exactly. I'm like, I actually had a moment.
I hate you, man. I hate you.
I had a moment on my stream. I had a moment on my stream where I was like, "You guys need to stop sending me this guy. You got to stop because I know I'm like your only drummer friend that will appreciate it, and I do. The good part of Shane does appreciate it and is inspiring, and I'm like, oh man, I could be that good one day. And then the negative side comes in and says, hey, you know what? If you were to quit your job, divorce your wife, leave your house, live in a cabin in the woods somewhere, and practice every single day for 24/7, you will still not reach a 10.
Not be this guy. No, that's the thing, man. That's the people don't understand that's not. It's not normal. Okay, that is not normal, guys. If you're listening, when you listen to this, that is not normal. Okay, that is not normal. That is not a normal drummer. Okay, no, he is some kind of extraterrestrial that came to Earth.
Just saying. That's what I was, dude. You're taking the words out of my mouth. It's exactly what I said on my stream. I was like, he is
chemically man-made, like the Incredible Hulk, in a lab,
He's an alien come down from the planet Zeptar to come down and show us lowly humans how it's all done. Anyway. I went on a rant again. Anyway,
no, it's not. No. It's okay, man. It's okay because it's not normal. I'm saying it. It's not normal.
But the difference is like I'm not gonna go out of my way to to shit on him, because the respect is there. No. And I was like, he deserves every bit of that success. And it's like.
Dude, the thing is, there's some musicians who thrive on this. I mean, you see it less now because, access to other people is so much easier and collaborating and communicating is so much easier. But back in the day, you're like, you can't even look at my arrangement too much because you might copy it, And I'm like, man, why? Why is this a thing? Why? I mean, it's like measuring, penises, It's like, mine is longer than yours. It's like, dude, you suck, man. You suck.
It's all, a pissing contest, and
at the end, they can't even jack off properly,
It's getting harder every day. Oh, that threw me off. But you are right. Like I am seeing a lot more collaboration going on between people, and people just being friendly and nice and being like, just like you, I don't get any traction on Instagram really, and I just only use it because maybe it's actually Instagram has the you can invite collaborators. TikTok does not do that. Instagram does.
You just got duets on TikTok, and so collaborations are different.
That's something really cool that I realized maybe 6 months ago, that you can invite people. So as a drummer, and I'm covering, you can only do so much unless you're the guy from Zeptar. If you're the guy from Zeptar, you can be a drummer and that's it. You can do anything. But a guy like me, I kind of need other people's music to do my thing. So
I understand completely. And
I'm kind of relying on other people to
and dude, and I'm saying this in front of your community right now. If you want to use my videos for whatever you want, you go ahead. You don't even have to ask for my permission, man. You're just like, I want to use this video, use it. Because there's one thing that I've learned about having all of these eyes on my content, is that I can use all of these eyes to get eyes on the content of my friends. And that's very important to me.
That's awesome.
If I can help in any way to get more eyes on your stuff, that's amazing. Because
man, I love that. Thank you so much.
I never imagined in my life that I would have so many people like, what the hell is this guy gonna do next?
That's right.
You know, it's ridiculous, and it's not, and you can't gatekeep that, man. You can't.
It never
Why?
works. It
with
never works.
So many people with so much to offer out there, how does anybody do that? No, I don't think it's fair.
Well, and here's the thing too, man. It's like, it's art in general is so saturated because everyone has the same idea. Like everyone out there is like, I have a talent and I'm going to pursue it, and they should, because it'd be insane not to. It'd be insane to pursue it. You can have the argument either way. Depends on your mindset, but like, we like collaborating with each other only helps us grow. Like it only helps us in the end. Because the market is so saturated. So you need to get in front of other people's audiences. You need to I mean, hell, that's what if you go to a show, if you go to any show, it's not just the person that you're going to go and watch. No, you're watching the people that are opening for them too, because, hey, guess what? They're friends and they're good too. And this other band really likes them. So you should too. It's called a bill.
and man, entertainment has never been so much more accessible than right now. And you can literally go on a website and have 25 different channels live at the same time. I'm just being general. You can have thousands of freaking channels on at the same time. But you can literally choose what you want to listen to and flip it on and off, just like that. Just like watching TV, just like doing anything else. It's
the one thing that I am worried about, though, and this is actually due to TikTok, even though TikTok is responsible for a lot of people seeing my stuff. I also worry about the attention span of the people that are scrolling, because we all do it. Every one of us. I find myself scrolling all the time. I'm like, damn it, stop, just watch the video. Just watch it for a minute.
That unfortunately, that is something that we've always had, and we never knew until we had the accessibility. Ooh. And you know how I know?
Do tell.
You know how I know? Because I did it with CDs in my car.
Oh, shit. Mind blown. It's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I listened to 10 seconds of a song and it's like, dude, but there's this power metal song. And then I changed it. And my brother Bruno and one of my best friends, Gilbert, they would ride my ass because of it, man. They were like, dude, just let the song play. And I'm like, but I've listened to it a million times and I know exactly what's going to happen. And I do know exactly what's going to happen, but I wanted to medley it. And that's where my show, my general acoustic show, is medley based. Because my attention span is that short. And I've done entire streams, 2-hour streams that are just one medley.
Wow. I'm still is exactly what we did. It's like, wow, that's such a unless A-tracks. You had A-tracks back in the day. I mean, you think about our parents had to deal with, just put in an album, I can't skip it.
Yeah, but some people didn't have the luxury, If you have a record going, you would have to really know the record if you wanted to skip tracks, And you really had to know that record, But no, I don't think that happened until we had the accessibility to make mixes, and not only make mixes, make medleys and this and this and that, and everything got shorter and shorter and shorter. And then I had so many things I wanted to show to my friends, but I wanted to show them real quick so I could get to the next one. That we've always had that. We just didn't have it that accessible.
Wow. That's so true. That's so very true.
So don't beat yourself up for it. We've had it for years.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Good. I'm glad that I'm not getting dumber by the minute. That's great.
No.
I have a newfound confidence in my brain.
No, your brain is well connected and works really, really fast. That's one way to explain it.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, we're about. Hang on. I have a list of questions here.
Sorry, man. Yeah, I threw you off at some point. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know why I asked. I thought I was going to throw this in at some time during the conversation, but I was like, so your favorite character on South Park is Kyle, right?
I hate Kurt. I hate Kurt so very much. Seriously.
Oh, one more thing too. While we're doing the Cartman thing, I have a special friend mod follower who's followed me from the very beginning, and he asked me if you could say Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita, Casa Bonita.
Of course, we can say Casa.
I'm gonna go to Casa Bonita and get a sub of PS.
Dude, I mean,
you guys think this is easy, but the day it stops being funny, I'll stop doing it.
I mean, you know what's funny? It's like your inflection, everything is like so. It's really hard to do impressions. It's really, really hard. People don't know that. Like, so you do the Skeletor thing, you do Cartman.
Yeah.
Do you do any other voice?
I do. For example, I've seen you been blowing smoke and I blow smoke sometimes too, but I blow the best old Toby fine pipeweed from South Farthing, and I sometimes get too involved in the halfling's life, you know. So yeah, I do a couple more.
It's so good. It's so
I can do a whole bunch of SpongeBob voices as well. The one that I could just pull out of nowhere is Mr. Krabs, money. But I do Squidward if I go back and forth a little bit more. If I'm in the mood, no, not today. I gotta be a little bit lower to be Patrick. But is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick. Mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish is not an instrument either.
I mean, so I tried actually when we started corresponding, like I tried to get into your stream because you were streaming at a time when I was like free, and I was like, oh, I get to see Fernando. Cool. But I couldn't message. So I was like, yeah, it was like something going on with my Twitch. I think they were updating it or something, but I was like, damn it. I wanted to say,
am I following you on Twitch? I need to follow you on Twitch. First of all, I don't know if I'm following you on Twitch. Let me find you. Oh, yeah. There is an update available for Twitch again.
See, there you go. That's probably what happened.
Okay, let me just let it run, and I'll find you in a second. Is it Wise Drums too?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But like, so have you done like full blown conversations like on your stream? Just like
yeah. You get into character, you have to do it, you know. Yeah. And I have a couple of redeemables, which is Rochambeau. Because guys, if many of you have seen the original South Park, seasons 1 through 4, 1 through 6. They're a little bit hardcore, more than the recent ones. They just, touch more social things now. But back in the day, it was just in general, just bombarding.
Can I just say real quick?
Yeah.
It is incredible that show is still not canceled.
So
even
the thing,
in today's world where everything's a lot more sensitive and
but everything, it's why it's not canceled? Because everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. It doesn't matter what you are, who you do, what you believe, everything is on the table. If you're out there in the world doing something, you're getting ripped for it. That's why, they don't discriminate on who they discriminate. That's like Cartman. I have never gone full Cartman because going full Cartman is horrible. It's horrible. He's everywhere from anti-Semitic to plain racist and insulting to everyone.
The faith plus. I haven't watched South Park in a while, but like the faith plus one. The Faith Plus One is one of my favorite because I was in a band, and like if you're a musician of any kind in a band, you have to watch that episode.
You never get a platinum record.
And like
you get a myrrh record, you have a triple myrrh, man, or
they went triple myrrh. Oh my god! And Token, and like it's just, dude, it's just absolute.
He's like grabbing in the middle of it. So he's like,
Token, you can play bass. You back, you can play bass.
It's like you gotta have a bass. You gotta have a bass down in your basement somewhere,
He's like, God damn it!
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Like, you can play bass, and he's like, I can't play bass.
And he just starts playing bass. Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. And that's why. Nothing's off the table, that's why they've been able to get away with everything.
I had to interrupt you there for a moment, but
no, it's okay.
I had to say that because it's
the
still
thing
incredible.
is, because the first couple of seasons of South Park, that's where you get character development and everything, and that's my Cartman impression. My Cartman impression is more the original Cartman, is strained, and Trey Parker was still doing the voice. He wasn't doing pitch shifting yet, because now he does a pitch shifter because it's consistent, and second, he doesn't have to strain his voice to do it.
Well, he's also almost 60 now.
Yeah, 60? Man, and he has all the resources in the world. I wouldn't do it either.
Newsflash: when you get older, your voice deepens.
Yes, and it goes to shit. That's why I can do a Sir Ian McKellen doing Gandalf and have no problem with it, because I'm probably elderly by now. Anyway, so yeah. So that Cartman, it was just the seed of evil. And I forgot where I was going with this, but it was the general idea is the original Cartman is the one that I do. Some people are like, you don't sound like Cartman at all, and I'm like,
do you want me to do this, Kyle? Do you want me to do this right now? Because that's what he sounds like right now,
That's what he sounds like right now.
Yeah. Consistently, this like that. Seriously, you guys. He sounds a little bit, grown up.
Versus,
yes, when he used to say, I want some weight gain for 1,000 or some powdered donut pancake surprise. Kitty, that's my pie.
Yeah. Maybe that could be another, obviously because, very talented, of course, but like it could be just because the inflection of your Cartman is sort of like a nostalgic version of Cartman.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of it. The entire point is to have that nostalgia of the first time you heard him sing, he was hard for the money, so hard for me, honey, or anything at all, when he's just walking away after like doing the Scott Tenorman thing, and it's, and when we for life to be over, and he's just walking, and it's just those kind of, and people remember the poker face, of course, but that came after, man. Yeah, that was way after, and yeah, man. Cartman, I had to thank Cartman so much for allowing me to reach so many people that have become permanent in my community because of my other work. Because eventually they come to the stream, they check out the music, and then they stay. Not everybody, because people are like, well, why don't you sing like Cartman? I'm like, why don't you sing like Cartman? Why don't you sing like Cartman? Go to the bathroom, look at yourself in the mirror, and go, screw you guys. So in the, I remember where I was going with the old thing. Okay, so going back to the redeemables on my channel, Rochambeau. Rochambeau is another term for rock, paper, scissors. But to Cartman, Rochambeau is I kick you in the nuts as hard as I can, then you kick me in the nuts as hard as you can, and the last one standing wins. So obviously he always wins because he gets to go first. It's like, I have a redeemable that's Rochambeau. So if you redeem Rochambeau, then I have to either keep going what I'm playing, and if you come to my
sing, I Rochambeau you for it. I'll kick you as hard in the nuts as I can, then you kick me in the nuts as hard as you can, and the last one standing wins.
And I also have the screw you blank, which I'll completely screw off to your handle. And that's just two of the redeemables. I have haikus with Skeletor, which are written by my friend Beto. They're evil haikus, of course, and of course
they have to be evil.
No, wait a minute. I need the reverb for that. Excuse me. I need the reverb for that. I need to do it.
It must happen.
I don't like to feel good. I like to feel evil.
Much better. There we go. There we go.
Much better.
Much
Absolutely.
better.
You gotta have the verb. Dude, I would love to talk more, but I gotta get going, man.
It's all right, man. We can do this again if you'd like.
Absolutely. I would love to do this again.
And I would love to do a legit cover with you.
Absolutely.
Play something with you. And we can do a medley between stuff that you like and video game music. I would love to play more video game music if it was possible.
I would love that. I would love that.
Let's play some Final Fantasy, the 3 in the US, 6 in Japan, or Final Fantasy 2 in the US, which is the whole Cecil thing. Dude, I love those games. I love them.
I'm actually going to release another TikTok today about it's Final Fantasy 4, but in the Mega Man X sound font. Play that.
Mega Man.
Yeah,
that's another one. I need the Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man stuff. Mega Man stuff is that was I actually first started when I first started practicing. Like I was practicing to video game midis from like
nice
archive, and
that is so cool.
Put them on my like a CD, like or a tape. Like at that time, it wasn't iPods weren't thing yet.
No. You had to get an MP3 CD player that had anti-skip.
Yes, exactly.
And if it didn't have anti-skip, you couldn't play with it. You can't play with this.
No, couldn't fuck around with the you needed to have the dude. I remember my first one. Anyway, I gotta get going, dude. But
So Shane, thank you so much for having us here at your spectacular podcast. And my boy and I would love for us to get together again and talk some more. So have a great rest of your night, and thank you so very much for having us.
Thanks, Gandalf. I really appreciate it. And thank Fernando when you see him.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so very much. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Shane.
Thanks.
You take care of yourself, bro. And thank you so much. And sorry for being late, man.
Oh, dude. Don't worry about it. It was awesome. It was great. Like, subscribe, do all the things. If you're not following Fernando, what are you doing? Do it now.
Thank you, guys.
Later, guys. See you.